Welcome to the Dixie Sun News at Noon. I'm Hannah Pollock.
And I'm Mason Hardy. Thanks for joining us. The Utah Board of Regents approved a 1.5% increase in tuition for all Utah State colleges and universities Friday. Dixie State officials requested an additional 2% increase, which was also approved. In-state students going to school full-time will pay an additional $75 each semester, while out-of-state students will pay $137 more. This 3.5% increase begins this fall. Dixie State's commencement ceremony will be held outside at 8 a.m. this year. Trailblazer Stadium will be hosting the nearly 2,000 students graduating from DSU this year on May 4th. Doors to the 107th commencement ceremony will open at 7 a.m. and students and guests must be seated by 8:30 a.m. University of Utah professor Andrea B. Thomas will be the featured speaker at the ceremony. She worked for Walmart, the Hershey Company, and PepsiCo. To learn more about the commencement ceremony, visit graduation.dixie.edu. The DSU Women's Resource Center and the Dove Center are holding a display called What Were You Wearing? April 2nd through the 20th. The awareness exhibit was inspired by the University of Kansas display to end the myths of sexual violence being connected to clothing artifacts. The exhibit will be in the Holland Centennial Commons main lobby until the 6th, then the Eccles Fine Arts Center lobby April 9th through the 13th, and finally the Taylor Health Sciences Center lobby April 16th through the 20th. The Dove Center provides advocacy through the WRC for survivors of sexual assault every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. in the Holland Room 489.
As Dixie State is one of Utah's most diverse schools, we represent the Trailblazers, whether they be staff, faculty, or students. Last weekend was Trans Day of Visibility, and one of our own professors shows the diversity within our campus. Robin Boudreau, an LGBTQ advocate.
I was pretty nervous my first day on campus because, this isn't Berkeley. And I didn't know really what to expect. But I was very pleasantly surprised. Very, very pleasantly surprised. Everybody has been wonderful to me. I've been here 3 years now. Coming out is very difficult. And I'm happy to help people with that. It seems to either go surprisingly well or absolutely terrible. There's almost no middle ground. There really isn't. Some people, they just get totally rejected by their families and friends. And others, they get embraced. They did 1,000 tests and said, gee, surprise, you're transsexual. No thanks, I knew that. But they enrolled me in a transitioning group. And so that's when I came out to my immediate family, who flipped out, to put it mildly. One thing I tell people is you'll never be happy unless you're yourself, and I don't care what yourself is. If you're not being yourself, you'll always be unhappy. When you get down to the bottom of it, we're people. We're just people.
The Utah Division of Art and Museums have named Dixie State University professor D. McGarren Flack as a 2018 Visual Art Fellow for the state of Utah. Flack showcases his work on his website. The Art Fellow position comes with a $10,000 reward, encourages artists to pursue their careers and maintain professionalism in their work. Flack began with art while taking a prerequisite for medical school. He earned his Bachelor of Fine Arts at BYU, his Master of Fine Arts from the U of U, and now paints full-time. To see more of Flack's work, visit flackstudio.com.
Coming up next, we will have more on D Week and how the first round of Dixie Idol went last night.
Play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this.
I need a one dance.
And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30.
4:30.
Sorry. Did I step on you? I'm always stepping on you.
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
The first round of the 2018 Dixie Idol happened last night, featuring a total of 17 contestants. Mrs. Dixie, who is also a judge, gave a performance as well. 10 finalists were selected by the 3 judges, and 2 more were saved by the audience with an online vote. The 12 contestants will be going for round 2 this week and continuing on into D Week. The final performance, featuring the winner and a guest comedian, will happen next Wednesday.
Dixie State's D Week will bring some magic to campus this year. D Week, themed The Magic of Dixie, will be held April 9th through the 14th. A birthday party for Brooks the Bison will be held Monday at 6 p.m. to kick off the celebrations. Free food trucks and samples and meals will be available for purchase at the party. The D Queen pageant will be held on Tuesday at 7:30 in the Cox Performing Arts Center. Admission is $10. On Wednesday, America's Got Talent finalist, comedian Preacher Lawson will be sharing his stories to students at 7:30 in the Cox Auditorium, and admission is $5. Try to beat the world record of the largest group of people eating donuts on Thursday at 6 p.m. Then watch or join the Great Race on Friday at 5 p.m. and visit the carnival after. Finish up D Week by whitewashing the D on Friday at 8 a.m. with breakfast after. For more information, visit dixie.edu/dweek.
They always find ways to just fill that event, like that week, just full of events, don't
I
they?
agree. And the donut eating
Oh, I know,
world
I'll be
record?
there.
Yeah, that's my kind of world record for sure.
And it's always fun going up and whitewashing the D.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good tradition. Everyone should participate if they can.
I agree. For students looking for something to do this weekend, George Fest is back in full swing for its 3rd season and is now called St. George Street Fest. Tomorrow's Street Fest will include the Raven Cane Band, a mechanical bull, local food vendors, and many others. The event happens every first Friday of the month until October. Tomorrow's event starts at 6 p.m., and for more information, visit their website at georgestreetfest.com. Professional bull riding is coming to Tuacahn April 10th and 11th. It's not going to be a rodeo, but it will be just as much fun. The PBR has attracted over 1.5 million live event attendees. Chef Hog, the food truck, will also be there, but get your meals in advance. Tickets will be on Tuacahn's website or the PBR website, available to purchase.
YouTube headquarters had an active shooter Tuesday, leaving 3 injured and 1 dead female suspect who has been identified as the shooter. YouTube employee Adam Levrusik tweeted after hearing shots in the building, updating the public on the crisis. The 36-year-old male victim is in critical condition. One 32-year-old woman is in serious condition, and a 27-year-old victim is in fair condition. All are in the trauma center at the San Francisco General Hospital. Stay tuned. After the break, we will see how softball swept APU and how our track team set not only 1, but 2 records this season.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Oh.
So, Kylie, I heard that our athletic teams have been breaking records all week. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's been going on in sports?
I sure can, Mason. Men's golf. Trailblazers golf has brought home their second place finish of the season with the WNMU Mustang Intercollegiate to finish their regular season. Dixie State surpassed its previous 54-hole score with a score of minus 25,839. The team was led by junior Nicholas Britt as he scored a career high of 63. The search for a new women's swim coach is underway after head coach Benjamin Ray announced his resignation on March 29th. Ray has been the head coach since the women's swim team program began at Dixie State in 2015. Ray led the team to 27 new school records and saw the first swimmer qualify for the NCAA Division II Swimming and Diving Championships. And speaking of school records, softball wasn't the only DSU team with Pac West awards. Dixie State Baseball's Tyler Hollow was named Pac West Freshman of the Week after the team went 3-4 in its series against the Hawaii Hilo Vulcans. The Trailblazers opened the series Thursday with a 9-5 win and held the win streak until the series closer. DSU won Game 2, 14-12, and Game 4, 3-6. Baseball opens a home series tonight at 6 p.m. against Fresno Pacific. Softball came back swinging on Thursday to redeem itself by winning the last two games of the series against Azusa Pacific. The Trailblazers won Game 3, 7-2, and Game 4, 15-1. After a day's break, Dixie State softball faced off with Biola University Saturday, splitting the doubleheader. DSU held the Eagles in Game 1, but couldn't find its bats in Game 2, ending the week with 4 wins and 2 losses. Both Cambry Hazel and Janessa Bassett were awarded a Pac West Weekly honor. Women's track traveled north to compete in Orem at the UVU Collegiate Invite. Overall, the Trailblazers brought home 2 second-place finishes, 2 new school records, and 12 top 15 finishes. Freshman Billy Hatch came in second on the 5,000-meter run with a school record time of 19 minutes and 17.10 seconds. Senior Skylar Story was the other runner to place second and set a new school record as she ran the 3,000-meter steeple with a time of 12 minutes and 5.67 seconds. Track will travel north again this weekend to participate in the Utah Weber State Classic.
Well, 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters, those are some long runs for those athletes.
Indeed, I don't even know how many laps that is around a track. I feel that'd be a long one.
Too many.
I don't think I'd make it,
I
personally.
wouldn't either. It'd be too much.
Well, thanks for watching this week's edition of the Dixie Sun News at noon on April 5th.
We will see you here next week. Same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.